There's Gia. All right, so go ahead and find a tall, comfortable seat, however that looks like for you. Instead of really, really tall, the tallest you have all day. And rest your palms wherever feels comfortable. Allow the gaze to soften, our eyes to close. And I want you to let go of everything that's already happened during the day. Everything that'll happen after practice hasn't happened yet. So focus on being present at this current moment in time, the four corners of your mat, the four walls of the room that you are in. And integrate the breath, the body, the mind into this practice. And as you sit up really, really tall, let's visualize the crown of the head reaching all the way up towards the ceiling. And start to take inventory of the body, starting from the crown of the head all the way up through the tips of the toes. And just start to notice any points of tightness, tension, soreness, anything that's detracting you from this current moment in time, whatever is going on with the physical body. Set that off to the side. Take mental note of those places as well. Just send a little extra breath there. And while you are here, just notice the seat, the sit bones, how heavy they are. Visualize them rooting down into your mat, into the ground, past the ground. As the ground presses back up into your seat, feel the length that your spine still maintains. And then can you visualize the navel almost touching the spine? Feel the low belly start to turn on as both sides of the waist grow really long. Now with your shoulders, see where they are at in space. Can you draw them up, back, then down, away from your ears? Feel almost as if you had a pencil in between the shoulder blades, lightly pinch that. And allow the collarbones to expand from left, right, left a few times. Now with your heart, can you allow that to float up towards the ceiling as you pull the base of your skull back just a bit? Allow the shoulders to stack directly over the hips. And then as you shift awareness towards your breath, the cadence of it, see what the quality of it might be like. So whatever the natural rhythm is right now that exists, just notice. And whatever the breath cadence might be like, as always, we'll sync it up together through 3 cleansing rounds of breath. So to start, take a deep exhale, empty out all the air. And then 3 rounds together. Take a deep inhale, fill it from the very, very base of your belly. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. 2 more. Deep inhale into the lungs, expand your ribcage. Open mouth, exhale. Take 1 more. Big inhale into the chest, collarbones, head. And then open mouth, exhale. And in these final few moments, begin to set your own intention for practice. Together, we can set the collective intention of allowing this practice to meet us where we are at today, but in all dimensions, physical, mental, emotional, and allow this practice to be of support, of service to you. But at the same time, just acknowledge whatever it is that you're needing, wanting, expecting out of this practice. Combine those 2 things and use that to also shape your intention. And whatever your intention might be alongside the breath, allow it to guide your practice. 1 final round of breath together to share collective intentions. Smooth inhale. And open mouth, exhale. Whenever you are ready, gently blink the eyes open. I'll have you get started on your backs today. So as you get started on your backs, go ahead and just release the legs out long, arms all the way up and overhead. Lightly arch up through the upper back as you feel the pelvis really heavy. So you're lightly digging the glutes down. Take 1 more big breath, reach and extend to opposite ends of the room. And then slowly release your hands, bring them toward the sides of your hips. Keep the left leg as is, and then without utilizing your strap, go ahead and extend the right leg all the way up towards the ceiling. So to the best of your ability, keep the right leg nice and straight, but I know it's first posture in class really, so any amount of bend to your right knee is cool, especially if the back of the leg is feeling kind of tight. Keep the right leg on line though. Flex your right toes towards your shin, your face. And then feel the right hip bone really, really heavy. Take one more smooth breath. And go ahead and extend your right leg all the way out towards the right. I know it's really tempting to want to hold on to your right thigh. Don't do it. Can you allow the leg to track back in the same direction as your toes? I know I got a plant in the way here, but continue to draw the right foot almost up towards your right shoulder as you keep the right leg hovering off of the ground. One more smooth breath. And then transition back towards center. This time you'll cross the right leg over the center line of the body about a few inches or so. Keep the right hip grounded as you still keep flexing your right toes towards your face. Take one more smooth breath. Feel the low belly engage. And then make your way back towards center. Keep this. Lower your right leg about 45 degrees. So here the low belly wants to lift up. The front ribs want to flare out. Can you undo that by drawing the front ribs in, pinning your sacrum down towards the ground? Feel almost as if you're kicking the front wall away from you while your right leg is still hanging out at a 45-degree angle. Next, one more breath. And slowly release the right leg. We'll switch. Draw the left leg all the way up towards the ceiling. Same setup as you did before on the other side. To the best of your ability, allow the left leg to be nice and straight. But again, any amount of bend to your left knee is cool. Keep the left leg nice and active, so you're flexing your left toes towards your shin, your face, as you visualize the sole print being stamped all the way up towards the ceiling. One more smooth breath. And then left leg tracks all the way out towards the left side. Keep the left leg hovering. As you look at your left foot, see the direction where your toes are pointing. Can you track your leg a little closer towards your left shoulder? So feel the inner left thigh as you ground down through the front, rather through the back of the right hip. Okay, so one more smooth breath. And then make your way back towards center. Cross the center line of your body about a few inches. So you're lightly digging the right heel down and you're starting to feel an outer left hip stretch. Still keep the left toes flexing towards your face as the left hip stays grounded on the mat. And then begin to make your way back towards center with control. This time, big inhale breath, and then slowly hover your leg down about 45 degrees, so halfway. As you do this again, front ribs want to flare out, prevent the low back from lifting. Can you visualize the navel touching the spine? That's how engaged the anterior core is. One more breath. And then lightly hover the left leg all the way down. Set up for Supta Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet to touch, knees out really wide. And just allow gravity to passively bring the knees towards the ground. So this is a little more somatic, just to get into the side body. It'll sound a little funky. You can turn your head towards the screen if this doesn't make sense verbally. I want you to draw your hands to frame your ears. So your elbows will be really wide out. From here, can you side bend towards the right? So draw your right elbow towards your right knee without lifting your body. So feel the left side of the body expand and lengthen. And then make your way back towards center. Side bend towards your left. So you're shifting your entire torso, visualizing the left knee trying to touch the left elbow or the left elbow touching the left knee. And then make your way back towards center. Right elbow towards the right knee, or perhaps it's the right knee towards your right elbow. Either way works. Inhale back towards center, and then side bend towards your left. So again, to the best of your ability, keep the entire back body on the ground. We'll do this one more time. Come back towards center. Right elbow towards the right knee, or right knee towards right elbow, whichever works. And then transition back towards center. Left elbow, left knee, or left knee, left elbow. Expand through the right side body. Nice. Inhale, make your way back towards center. And then exhale, release your hands, both knees in together like a book. Hug them in towards your chest. Circles on the ground, rather with the low back. Hands to the shins, the knees, one direction, the other direction. And then if it's cool with your spine, rock and roll the length of your mat a few times. And then we'll transition to downward facing dog. So just briefly in down dog, take a moment, bend one knee, bend the other. And then come to stillness, gaze forward. And then feet to meet your hands, come to the top of your mat. Rise all the way to standing. So here's where it might be helpful to have your yoga strap or whatever material that you have. If you do not have one, not a big deal. You can utilize the hem of your shirt. So go ahead and grab whatever material in between your hands, and you'll place about maybe about a fist width distance in between both hands. As you are standing here, prevent yourself from back bending. So keep the pelvis fixed as best as you can. Now with your hands firmly holding onto your strap, your towel, bend into your elbow so that the shoulder blades squeeze. And then as you do this without back bending once more, can you flip the direction? It's like you're sinking your chest in and then drawing the elbows the opposite direction. The hands can lay on the sacrum or they can hover, it doesn't matter. And then we'll do this a few more times. Go ahead and draw the elbows back behind you so you're not back bending again. Keep both sides of the waist really long. Shoulder blades want to pinch together. You should feel the front of your shoulders open up a lot. And then do the opposite action. Drive the elbows the opposite direction. So it's almost as if you are trying to, what are you trying to do? You're just trying to shorten the space in between the elbows and the front of the body. One more time, just like this. Draw the elbows in a little closer together, and at the same time, you're pulling the strap lightly. And then the opposite direction, can you draw the elbows in towards the ribs almost as if you want your chest to kind of sink in. One more breath. And then slowly undo it. You can ditch your strap. And then from here, I forgot to mention this before, during our sun salutations, instead of your halfway lift, bringing your hands to your shins or your thighs, I want you to take Shalabhasana arms. So you'll find your halfway lift, draw the fingertips back behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Cool? I'm gonna imagine you say cool. All right, from here, hands flat, downward facing dog once more, please. All right, from your downward facing dog, inhale, draw the right leg up and back in space. Then exhale, bend at your right knee, stack your hips. As you are here, I really want you to drive your right heel all the way towards your left glute and then peel the right side body open. If this is enough, fabulous, stay here. Otherwise, bend into your left elbow, drop down to your left forearm, press the ground away from you with your right palm. Continue to use your right foot as leverage to continue to peel the body open. Those of you drop down to your left forearm, press into your right palm first, straighten through the left arm, right leg up and back. Exhale, step your foot in between your hands. Tent up through your finger pads, then walk your hands along the left long edge of your mat. Parallel both feet. Set up for Prasarita Padottanasana. Find a halfway lift, gaze forward, long spine. And then exhale, hinge at your hips any amount of bend into your knees is cool. Drive your head down, visualize the sit bones lifting all the way up towards the ceiling. And take one more smooth breath. And then go ahead and walk your hands back towards center. Pivot your entire body. Hands flat to the mat, framing your right foot. Then step back, downward facing dog. All right, inhale, left leg extends. Then exhale, bend at your left knee, stack your hips. Same thing, I really want you to feel the left side body, the left front hip open up. So your left heel is so heavy, it almost touches the right glute. Stay here or bend into your right elbow, drop down to your right forearm. Actively press the ground away from you through the right forearm, left palm. Can you drive the left hip a little higher up towards the ceiling, feeling the left heel really heavy? Once more, those of you drop down to your right forearm, press into your left arm first, then straighten the right arm, left leg up and back. Then exhale, step your foot in between your hands. Go ahead and walk your hands along the right long edge so you'll turn and pivot. Allow both feet to be nice and parallel with each other. Once more, halfway lift, really long spine. And then exhale, fold forward. You're standing wide-legged forward, bend. Again, any amount of bend into your knees is cool. Shift more weight forward towards the ball mounds of your feet. Feel the backs of both legs as you take one more round of breath. Hands underneath your face, turn and pivot towards the top of your mat. Hands frame the left foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Big inhale breath. And then smooth exhale breath. Inhale, right leg up. And then go ahead and walk both hands towards the back of your mat. So hands will frame the right foot. You got a brief standing splits here. Drive the right heel up, but I really don't care how high it comes up. Just focus on straightening through the left leg to the best of your ability. Nice. And then walk your hands back. Keep the right leg up, three-legged dog. And then exhale, step your foot in between your hands, soften the left knee down. Inhale, both hands towards the top of your right thigh. And I want you to press your right thigh away from you. Now sink down as low as you can. Get into the front left hip one more time. Allow the front ribs to kind of flare out a little bit, but squeeze your glutes, keep the low back nice and happy. And then slowly release that, hands frame your right foot, step back, downward facing dog. Nice, last side on this prep. Inhale, draw your left leg up. And go ahead and walk your hands towards the back of your mat, hands frame your right foot, brief standing splits on the right side. Drive your left leg up to the best of your ability. Once more, straighten through the right leg. Head drives down, final breath. Keeping the left leg elevated, walk your hands back towards the top of your mat, three-legged dog. And then exhale, step your foot in between your hands, lower the right knee down. Inhale, draw both hands to the top of your left thigh. Press your thigh away from you. Now begin to sink down as low as you can. So left knee really far over the left ankle. Feel the front right hip as you dig your right shin down into the ground. Nice. One more breath. And then release your hands, frame your left foot, step back, downward facing dog. Nice. Deep inhale, breath, gaze forward. And then exhale, feet to meet your hands, top of your mat. So halfway lift, Shalabhasana arms. Sweep the arms back behind you. So upper back engaged. Pull the fingertips back. And then exhale, deepen the fold. Inhale, arms extend all the way up towards the ceiling, Urdhva Hastasana. And then exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, hinge at your hips. Halfway lift, really long spine, Shalabhasana arms, sweep them back. And then exhale, deepen the fold. Inhale, arms extend all the way up towards the ceiling, gaze up. And then exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, arms sweep back, pull the shoulder heads back. And then exhale, hands flat, step back, high plank. Take a big inhale breath, hold your plank. And then exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Set up for your Cobra, Bhujangasana, lift your chest so you got little to no weight in your hands. And then exhale, slowly release. Once more, inhale, lift your chest, find your Cobra. Continue to dig the tops of your feet down. Exhale, release. Begin to tuck your toes. And then use the inhale to press up either to a tabletop or plank. Exhale, shift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Big inhale. And then smooth exhale. Inhale, gaze forward. And then exhale, feet to meet your hands, top of your mat. Halfway lift, arms sweep back, Shalabhasana arms. And then exhale, deepen the fold. Inhale, arms extend all the way up towards the ceiling, press through both feet. And then exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, hinge at your hips. Halfway lift, Shalabhasana arms, arms sweep back. Exhale, hands flat, step back, high plank. Once more, big inhale, sustain your plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Sweep the palms back. Inhale, Shalabhasana Locust. Lift the arms, chest, legs. Continue to squeeze everything tightly towards the center. And then exhale, release. Another variation on this, go ahead and bring the arms all the way forward. So a little more demand onto the low back, squeeze your glutes. Inhale, lift the arms, chest, legs. Feel that superhero flying through space. Reach and extend like you did in the beginning of class. And then exhale, undo it. Slide your palms into your shoulders, tuck your toes. Use the inhale to press up to a tabletop or plank. Then hips up and back, downward facing dog. It's a big inhale breath. And then smooth exhale breath. Inhale, gaze forward. And then exhale, feet to meet your hands, top of your mat. Halfway lift, really long spine. And then exhale, fold forward, release. Last time in the Surya A, inhale, arms extend all the way up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, Shalabhasana arms, fingertips pulled back. Exhale, hands flat, step back, high plank. Take a big inhale breath, hold your plank. And then exhale, lower all the way down. Please set up for your Sphinx pose. So elbows underneath your shoulders, gaze forward. Deep inhale breath. And then exhale, transition towards your forearm plank. As you come in towards your forearm plank, we'll go in towards forearm side plank on the right, the left. Go ahead and angle the left forearm in, then rock on over to the baby toe edge of the left foot. Right heel can stack or stagger. Lift up through the outer right hip. Can you lift the left outer hip a little higher? And then briefly return back to your forearm plank. Switch, angle the right forearm in, rock on over to the baby toe edge of your right foot, left ankle stacks or staggers. Can you lift up through the outer right hip, lifting the left outer hip a little higher? One more breath. Briefly return back to your forearm plank. Smooth inhale breath. With control, lower knees, thighs, hips, back to your Sphinx. Big inhale. Exhale, release. Transition back, downward facing dog, however you'd like to get there. Deep inhale breath, fill it up. And then smooth exhale breath, let it go. Inhale, gaze forward. And then exhale, feet to meet your hands, top of your mat. Halfway lift, Shalabhasana arms. And then exhale, deepen the fold. Inhale, arms extend all the way up towards the ceiling, press through both feet. This time, slide both hands toward your heart, release your hands to your sides, Tadasana. Inhale, arms extend all the way up, gaze up. Then exhale, fold forward, hinge at your hips. Halfway lift, sweep the palms back. This time, hands flat, right foot back, lower the right knee down. Low lunge, Ardha Anjaneyasana, arms reach to extend. Set up for your Gomukhasana arms. So with your right arm up, bend into your right elbow, hand towards the upper back. Internally rotate at the left shoulder, bend into your left elbow, hand towards the upper back. So you can grab for short material, I'm not really concerned. Big inhale breath, lift up. Exhale, tip on over towards your left. So I know I had you guys sink down low into the front hips. Sink down low into your hips in the beginning of class. Find that halfway point. So right now I really have 90-90 legs, but if I sink down a little lower, then I can feel the front of the right hip a little more. What I don't want you to do is back bend a whole lot. So continue to draw the front ribs in. And continue to reach the right elbow all the way up and over. And then gently release your grip if you've got it. Hands flat to the mat, step back, down dog first. Inhale, shift forward. From here, exhale, chaturanga or lower all the way down. Up dog, cobra or locust on your inhale. Exhale, draw the hips up and back, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana and downward facing dog. Inhale, draw the right leg up and back. Exhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right palm, lower the left knee down. Inhale, an upward angled low lunge. Arms extend all the way up towards the ceiling, reach all the way up. Now continue to wiggle the right foot forward and out, toes turn out. They might come off of your mat. Take a smooth inhale breath, and then exhale, hands down towards the mat. Shift your hips back, come to half splits at an angle. So walk your hands underneath your shoulders. You can tent up through the finger pads, or if you've got books, blocks that you can utilize, go for that. I want you to drive your right heel towards the back of your mat, left knee forward. Flex your right toes towards your face. You have the option to stay here, or if you need a little more intensity, externally rotate at the right hip. So you're driving the baby toe edge of the right foot down towards the ground, towards your mat. One more smooth breath. Transition back towards center. Everyone rebend through the right knee. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, listen. Lightly hop your left foot to the outside of your left palm. Do not lower your seat just yet. So toes are turned out 45-ish degrees. Go ahead and grab a hold of your ankles and then press your elbows into your shins, your knees. And then can you lower the seat so that the hips are in line with the knees? Keep both sides of the waist really, really long as you gaze slightly forward. And then exhale, release your grip, hands to the ground, straighten through the legs. Heel toe your feet back towards center. Inhale, halfway lift, Shalabhasana arms. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms extend all the way up towards the ceiling, Urdhva Hastasana. And then slide both palms towards your heart, release your hands to your sides. Inhale, arms extend all the way up, gaze up. And then exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, Shalabhasana arms, arms sweep back. This time, hands flat, left foot back, lower the left knee down. Find your low lunge, Ardha Anjaneyasana, arms reach and extend. So same setup, this time left arm up. So you'll bend into your left elbow, hand towards the upper back. Internally rotate at the right shoulder, bend into your elbow, hand towards the upper back, mid back, wherever feels accessible. Again, you can grab for short material, or you can just keep the fingers not touching. If you naturally have the grip, fabulous. Now sink your hips down just a bit, so not as deeply as I had you do in the beginning of the class, somewhere halfway. Big inhale, and then tip on over towards your right. So you're expanding through the left side of your waist, keeping your chin lifted off your chest. Lightly press the base of your skull in towards your left forearm. Continue to dig the left shin down as you lift up and out of the left waist. Next, one more breath. And then slowly come back towards center. Release your hands, hands frame the right foot. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, and then step back, down dog first. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga or lower all the way. Up dog, cobra or locust on your inhale. Exhale, shift the hips up and back, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left leg up. Then exhale, step your foot in between your hands, soften the right knee down. Left hand to the inside of your left foot. Inhale, find your low lunge. So low lunge with your left foot out at an angle. Continue to wiggle the left foot forward and out. A smooth inhale. And then exhale, hands flat. Shift your hips back, come to half splits at an angle. Lift the left ball now to the foot off of the ground. Slide your palms underneath your shoulders. So once more, you can tent up through the finger pads. You can place blocks, books, whatever is accessible. And then have the action that you did other side. So you're dragging your left heel towards the back of your mat, right knee forward. Stay if you did so other side, or externally rotate at the left hip, drive the baby toe edge of your left foot down. Take one more smooth breath wherever you are. And then begin to make your way back towards center if your foot was rotated. Everyone rebend through the left knee. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee. This time you'll hop your right foot all the way to the outside of your right palm. Lower your seat down any amount. Arrive in Malasana, your garland. So this first garland pose, I just want you to notice where the weight lies in your feet. You do not necessarily have to be down super, super low. For some of you, it might be the case that you're up here, but wherever you are, weight is mostly in the baby toe edges of your feet. So it's almost as if you're peeling the big toe, that inner edge of your foot off the ground. Take one more big breath. Press your knees open, but then your knees press back into that. And then slowly release that, hands down towards the ground, lift the hips, heel toe your feet back towards center. Halfway lift Shalabhasana arms, and then exhale, deepen in a fold. Inhale, draw your arms all the way up towards the ceiling, and then draw your hands towards heart center, release them to the side. Okay, so from here, we'll stay standing. Hands can come towards your heart, or towards your hips, whichever feels more stable for you. As we set up for Vrikshasana, your tree pose on the right. So shift weight into your left foot. Draw your right knee towards your chest. Rotate the right knee out. Assist your right sole placement on the left inseam. Okay, from here, press your foot into your leg back into your foot. So left leg is really, really on line. Little bit of a balance challenge here. Bring your arms out to a cactus shape. As you are here, notice we'll do a very similar thing to what we did on our back in the beginning of class. You can always allow the hands to frame the ears if that also helps as well. Take a smooth inhale breath, and then with control, take a side bend towards your right. So see if you can draw the right elbow towards your left knee. Nice. Come back towards center. We'll do this one more time. Stay with this. Big inhale. And then exhale, take a side bend on over towards your right. So right elbow towards the right knee. Oh my goodness. Inhale, come back towards center. And then with control, undo everything. Right leg releases, shake it out. Nice. Still on the right foot. So press through the left. Draw your right leg towards your chest. And then no hands. Right leg all the way forward. So you can also keep the knee bent. This is pretty intense on the right hip flexor. One more breath. And then right leg all the way out towards the right. Again, no hands. Yeah, so again, really demanding onto the hip flexor. This is a lot, keep the knee bent. And then with control, come back towards center. And then track your right leg across the center line, just a bit. So see if you can use your low belly strength, lift the right leg, right knee. And then come back towards center, set the right foot down, shake it out. Beautiful. All right, so 2 legs, 2 sides. Press weight into your right foot. Draw your left knee towards your chest. Swing the left knee back, and then manually assist the placement of your left sole to your right inseam. So again, stand firm through the leg, track the left knee back. Oh my goodness. All right. So I'm doing this with you. I wrote this sequence and it is also terrible, but cactus your arms or fingertips frame your ears. Okay. Take a smooth inhale breath, and then with control, see if you can side bend. Might not be super deep like you did on your back. With control, begin to make your way back towards center. Just one more, please. Big inhale. And then exhale, tip on over towards your left. So I fell out of it. Left knee towards your left elbow, or maybe it's the left elbow towards your left knee. With control, make your way back towards center, and then release everything, shake it out a bit. All right, mini break is over. Continue to press weight into your right foot. Again, no hands. Left knee towards your chest. Either stay or straighten the left leg out. Again, using your low belly strength, hip flexor. And then with control, track the left leg all the way out. Again, if this is a lot, keep the knee bent. Awesome. Slowly make your way back towards center. Track the leg across the center line a bit. Over towards the right. And then with control, come back towards center. Lightly float the left leg down and shake it out. Release. So inhale, draw your arms all the way up towards the ceiling, upward facing salute. And then exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana, hinge at your hips. Shalabhasana, arms for your halfway lifts. Then exhale, hands flat, step back. You have an optional vinyasa, or feel free to skip it. Go straight to down dog. Up dog, cobra, locust on your inhale. Exhale, shift the hips up and back. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Nice. Deep inhale, breath, fill it up. And then smooth exhale, breath, let it go. One more, big inhale. And smooth exhale. Inhale, draw the right leg up. Then exhale, step your foot in between your hands, turning around the left foot flat. Rise all the way up, come into your warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. So same, or rather, first time in your warrior two, so set up your feet. See that the pelvis is nice and neutral. Go ahead and undo the right leg, so straighten the right leg out. All we're doing again is side bending. So I want you to slide your left palm down your left thigh, reach all the way forward until you can't anymore. Slide your left hand up your left hip, and then lightly raise your right hand towards the right shin. Go back the way you came, but keep the right hand in contact with the right shin. Slide your left hand all the way down the left thigh as you draw your right hand up towards the right hip. And see how far you can allow the left hand to travel down towards your left wrist. One more, please. Inhale, come back towards center. Start to reach your right hand all the way over. Slide your left palm up the left hip. And then lightly allow the right palm to graze. Keep contact with your right hand on the right shin. Rise all the way back up. And then left hand slides all the way down towards the left ankle. Nice. Inhale, come all the way back up. Return back to your warrior two. Reach forward until you can't anymore. Find your extended side angle on the right. So left tricep frames the left ear. Wherever you'd like to place your right forearm or your right palm is totally fine. As you are here, reach all the way over. And you have the option for a side, or rather a half bind or full bind. If you got a towel, strap, you can utilize that to assist in your full bind. Left hand can draw towards the right hip crease. Left shoulder peels all the way up and back in space. Wherever you are, keep the chest nice and perpendicular towards the mat, the ground. You got one more breath. Undo the half bind. Circle your palms down, hands frame your right foot. Step back, high plank first. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, chaturanga or lower all the way. Up dog, cobra or locust. Exhale, shift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Big inhale breath. And then smooth exhale breath. Inhale, left leg extends. And then exhale, step your foot in between your hands. Turning around your right foot flat, rise all the way up, come back towards your warrior two. So see that the feet are nice and wide, pelvis neutral. So this demands engagement of both glutes. Undo your left leg, keep it nice and straight. So it's almost as if you're setting for triangle, but set your right hand down your right thigh. Reach all the way over through the left palm and then lightly allow the left palm to graze your left shin. Slide your right hand up towards the right hip. Keep contact with your left fingertips on the left shin. Rise all the way back up. Now see how far you can side bend towards your right foot. So slide the right palm all the way down towards the right ankle. Nice, rise all the way back up. Reach the left palm all the way out. Reach, 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 reach. Extend. And lightly allow the left palm to graze the left shin. Last time, rise all the way back up. Slide your left hand up the left shin, and then bring your right hand all the way down towards the right ankle. Left hand up the left hip. Inhale, come back towards center. Arms reach out, rebend through the left knee. Reach all the way forward through the left palm until you can't anymore. Extended side angle on your left. So, Uttita Parsvakonasana. If it helps, you can take your hand towards the base of your skull and then press your head into your hand. That way you can keep the chest nice and open. Wherever you are with your left palm, left forearm, let that be light. And you have the same option, half bind, full bind, anything that feels accessible today. Wherever you are, again, the expectation is that the torso is nice and perpendicular towards the mat, the ground. So especially if you have a strap, any material that you can grab in between your hands, use it. One more breath. Undo whatever bind you have, circle the palms down, hands frame your left foot, high plank first. Inhale, shift forward, and then exhale your Vinyasa, Chaturanga, or all the way. Up dog, cobra, or locust. Exhale, draw the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Smooth inhale breath, and smooth exhale breath. One more, big inhale, and smooth exhale. All right, inhale, right leg up, and then exhale, step your foot in between your hands. Tent up through the finger pads, and once more, turn towards the left long edge of your mat, and then allow the feet to be nice and parallel. This time I want you to turn the toes out, heels in. Look at your left foot, bend deeply into your left knee. Draw the seat down and back. Hands can walk back, either stay or continue to lower the seat down, however feels comfortable and manageable. Skandasana. So your lateral side lunge. You do not have to lower down all the way. Any amount of the pose is still the pose, so even this. Like you've done before, can you press more weight through the baby toe edge of your left foot? Take one more breath. Hands down toward the ground, press into your left foot, rise all the way back towards center. Keep the toes out, heels in, knees slightly bent. Look at your right foot, bend deeply into the right knee. Walk your hands back towards the right foot. Stay or lower the seat down any amount. So keep both sides of the waist really, really long. Again, see if you can press more weight to the baby toe edge of your right foot, so you can use your right forearm, right tricep to kind of press into the right knee. One more smooth breath. Nice. Hands back towards the mat, straighten through the right leg, and allow both feet to parallel. Briefly once more. You're standing wide-legged forward bend. From here, I want you to crawl your hands forward, a giant palm print or maybe two palm prints forward. Left hand will come in between your feet towards the center. Pick up your right hand, grab for the outer edge of your left leg, so by the ankle to shin. Bend into your right elbow and pull on your left leg. See if you can draw your chest from underneath your left armpit. Nice, one more breath here. And then gently release that. Switch right hand towards center. Take your left hand, grab to the outer edge of your right leg, by the ankle, the shin, calf. Bend into your left elbow. Now pull on your right leg. See if you can draw your chest from underneath the right armpit. Beautiful. One more breath. And then undo it. Bring your hands underneath your face. Turn and pivot towards the top of your mat. Optional in final vinyasa here, or meet me straight back in a downward facing dog. Up dog, cobra, or locust. Exhale, shift the hips all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Smooth inhale, breath, fill it up. And smooth exhale, breath, let it go. One more, please, big inhale. And smooth exhale. Nice, inhale, gaze forward. And then exhale, feet to meet your hands. All right, so here you are in your Uttanasana, your forward fold. If you have your strap, kitchen towel, go ahead and grab that now. Okay, so those of you who do have the strap, grab it in your left hand to start. Everyone, I want you to bend into your right knee. So as you keep the left leg straight, bending into your right knee, first start by placing your right hand just above the right ankle from behind. So your right shoulder is adjacent to the right knee right now. See how this feels. Stay, or take your left hand with the strap, draw it all the way up and over, and then take your right hand. You'll have to bend into your left knee a bit, and then grab for that strap material. So you're in a bound Uttanasana. Cool. Okay, from here, go ahead and lift the right heel. Scoot it a little closer in towards center. Now, you might have guessed we're going towards birds of paradise. So as you shift weight into your left foot, it's kind of a one fell swoop kind of thing. Keep the bend into your left knee. This will give you momentum. And then press into your left foot, into the ground, past the ground. Lift your right leg. Really nice. Okay, so here, you can stay with your knee bent. Keeping the chest nice and broad, super, super important. Stay here, or perhaps the right leg extends all the way out. Now, allow the left toes to widen a bit, maintain your balance. You guys got it, you guys got it. Really nice. And then slowly rebend the right knee, set the right foot down, release your strap, shake it out. Very nice. Okay, so 2 legs, 2 sides. It's almost over, I promise. Go ahead and grab your towel strap with your right hand. We'll set up in our bound Uttanasana first. So again, you can take these at any layer that feels comfortable for you. Okay, so bend into your left knee pretty deeply. And then go ahead and start by placing your left hand just above the left ankle from behind. So left shoulder is adjacent to your left knee to start. If this is plenty, fabulous. This is where you stay. Otherwise, you'll create a bind. Left hand draws all the way up and over. Sweep the left hand so it grabs a hold of your strap or towel. And begin to scoot the left foot in. So as you scoot your left foot in, you'll bend into your right knee. Now go ahead and lift the left heel. So this might be enough. Otherwise, the bend into your right knee gives you the momentum and the power to lift your torso and your left leg. So as you're ready, stay, or one fell swoop, press into your right foot, lift the left leg and your torso, keeping the chest open. So it's very easy to curl the spine in, prevent that from happening. Draw the elbows back in space. Yeah. Stay here, or perhaps the left leg straightens. Really nice. If you fall out of it, nobody saw. Do your best here. Keep the breath steady. One more. Nice, Jessica. And then rebend the left knee, lightly step the left foot down. Really nice. Undo it, shake it out. Transition to Balasana, child's pose, please. So down dog, then knees down, set them out wide. Rest your forehead on the ground as you reach the fingertips out long in front of you. Take 3 rounds of breath here. Just decelerate. Let go of what happened, what didn't happen, what could have happened. It doesn't matter. Just begin to take inventory of the breath. See if you can start to regain control of the natural rhythm as you allow the breath to slow down even more. Take one more deep breath here. And then put pressure into all 10 finger pads. I just want you to slither forward, pull yourself forward, flatten all the way to your belly. Okay, set up for a Sphinx pose. So this will be our prone back bend, Ardha Vaikasana, so half frog. As you set up here in your Sphinx, go ahead and angle the left forearm in, and then bend your right knee, draw your heel towards your glutes. So it's almost as if you're trying to shorten the distance between your right heel and your right glutes. Press into your left forearm, lift the chest. Take your right hand, grab for the inner edge of the foot. Okay. So this might be where you stay. This is already a lot, but we did a lot for the hip flexors. That worked a lot, so we were trying to stretch this out. Same thing with the quads. So either drive your heel down towards your glutes, or slide your palm so that the heel of your hand comes towards the toes, and then you'll flip your grip so that the fingertips face the right glute, elbow up towards the ceiling. Wherever you are, put a little pressure in towards your left forearm and then drive the right shoulder head down. Take one more breath and then slowly release that. Come back to your Sphinx. Then we'll switch. Right forearm angles in, bend your left knee, heel towards your glutes. So a little bit of engagement here. Drive your heel towards your glutes so you feel the quad lightly turn on. And then left hand grabs to the inner arch of your left foot. Okay. So this might be where you stay, totally okay. This is already a lot. Otherwise, you'll slide your palm, heel towards the toes first, then flip your grip so that the fingertips are facing the left glute, elbow tip points up. Now instead of keeping the chest open, see if you can drive the left shoulder head down. And wherever you are, press into your right forearm, keep the chest lifted off of the mat. And then gently undo it. Come back to your Sphinx briefly. And then stack your palms, rest your forehead onto your palm pillow, and then rock the hips from left, right, right, left. All right, come to stillness, then flip onto your back like a pancake. And then bend both knees, heels towards your glutes. If you've got a yoga block or anything that you can support your sacrum with, you have a supported bridge. Otherwise, bridge or Urdhva Dhanurasana for your supine back bend here. Wherever you are, heart space lifts up. So it's a misconception that you should lift your hips up really, really high. You also have to make sure that this is nice and proportional with the chest as well. So you'll actually create a little more length through the low back as the heart space lifts up a little higher. You can always take any kind of chest expansion as you'd like. Interlacing the hands, creating robot arms, or grabbing the edges of your mat. You got one more round of breath wherever you are. When you are ready, slowly lower with control. Beautiful. All right. As you lower all the way down, release the left leg out long, and then draw your right knee towards your chest. Those of you who've taken my class like in the past few days, we've done this upright. So what you'll do is you'll grab your you'll take your left hand, grab a hold of the outer edge of your right foot, lift your chest, and then scoop your right thigh with your right arm. And then you're either staying here or you're taking your left elbow crease towards the outer edge of your right foot, kind of hugging a shin baby here. So this is a reclined pigeon with your left leg fully extended. If this feels okay, this is where you stay. I know it's a little bit of core work here, but otherwise, if you have the range of motion, then just lower the entire torso down towards the ground. Take one more big breath wherever you are. And then release your shin, set your right leg all the way down, and then we'll switch. Bend your left knee towards your chest first. Take your right hand, grab for the outer edge of your left foot to start. Lift your chest, and then it's like you're scooping your left shin with your left forearm. Grab a hold of that first. So either you're staying here, or you're taking your right elbow crease towards the outer edge of your left foot, holding your shin baby. Stay here, or again, if you have the range of motion, release the torso all the way down towards the ground. So one isn't better than the other. Wherever you are, you're feeling a really deep stretch through the outer left hip. One more breath. And then gently release the left leg. Shake out both legs. Okay, twists, Bend both knees. Set both feet about hip width distance, so it's almost like you're setting up for a bridge. Lightly lift the pelvis. Shift the hips all the way over to the right. Knees fall over to your left. Now, these reclined twists, these supine twists, are actually pretty nuanced. It's really easy just to allow the knees to flop over. The thing with letting the knees flop all the way over to the left is that if you don't move the pelvis, this will put a little extra pressure through the low back. It's not a be-all, end-all, and some people it's not super noticeable, but please make the extra effort, shift your pelvis all the way over. Now, as you look at your legs, see that the legs are creating roughly a 90-ish degree angle between your torso and the legs. So it might be the case that you have to scoot your thighs a little closer towards your chest. Right arm can draw up and out like a wing, so everything is nice and angular. With your right arm up and out, it's like you're creating a 90-degree angle with your right arm to the right side of your torso. And then you have another 90-degree angle with your torso and the thighs. So take one more smooth rounds of breath as you allow the upper body to be really heavy, feeling this twist, this rinse. And then begin to make your way back towards center. Same thing. Plant both feet, lightly lift the hips, shift them all the way over to the left, and then allow your knees to fall over towards the right. So just beware of where your pelvis is in space. Ideally, your chin is in the same line as your left hip, that pointy part of your left hip, the outer left hip. Left arm draws up and out. So again, you've got 3 90-ish degree angles. See that the thighs are more or less perpendicular towards the torso. And then just allow the entire upper torso to be nice and heavy. 2 more smooth rounds of breath. Awesome. Gently make your way back towards center. And then set up for a dead bug first. So bend both knees, knees towards the outsides of your rib cage. So grab a hold of your shins to start. And then it's very similar to the, kind of like that side bending. So just wag your knees from left to right. So this is that dead bug part. And then stay here if this is plenty, or happy baby, Ananda Balasana. You can straighten the shins up so that they're perpendicular with the ground. Grab anywhere that feels accessible. You can keep one knee bent and then extend the opposite leg out, switch, or you can just continue to rock from side to side. One more breath. And then release whatever grip you might have. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins tightly and squeeze all the muscles in your face. Draw your forehead to your knees, and can you sip in a little more air? On your exhale, release your final posture. Shavasana, corpse pose, arms out, legs out, everything very, very heavy. So just here for 2 minutes. Allow yourself the time, the space to rest, to be still. And start to tune in to the natural rise and fall of your belly with your breath. Enjoy. I will guide you out shortly. Start to invite deeper inhales, deeper exhales through the body. And if you have the gift of time, as always, stay resting for as long as you'd like. Otherwise, gently bring some life back into the fingers, the toes, as you draw the arms all the way up and overhead. Give yourself a nice big old full body stretch. Begin to bend both knees, transition over to your favorite side, supported fetal posture, utilizing your bicep as a pillow. Let's take a moment before rising up. Find gratitude for your health, your body, the ability to move, to practice. And when it feels right, press yourself up to a comfortable seat with the opposite palm. Just maintain a softness of gaze, allow the eyes to stay closed, hands towards heart center. Thank you all for sharing your practice, your energy, your breath, your presence, allowing me the honor to guide practice. Thumbs draw to third eye center, lifting our chins just a little higher. So here where we acknowledge a mutual love and respect for each other, this practice, this community. Thumbs to the lips to see on the breath. And then finally, thumbs up to the heart where we feel our heartbeat. And this always reminds us that our hearts beat the same, our blood course is the same. At the end of the day, one and the same. It's also from this place that we bow forward to each other with love and gratitude. So to each of you, I bow humbly too. Namaste. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, be good.
Yes. Bye, Ryan. Thanks for being here. Have a good rest of your day, your week, if I don't see you again soon. Yeah, you got it.
Thanks.
You're very welcome, Chris. Thanks, Jessica.
See you tomorrow, I think.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.